Analyst Sean Bell is with me now. So, Sean, it is a Monday. Talk to me about what's been happening over the weekend.
Yeah, good morning, SJ. Overnight, another barrage of Russian missile attacks over a number of targets in Ukraine, Kupiansk in the north, up there, Kherson down to the south, and around Dnipro as well. These follows over Saturday night. There were 70 attacks by Russia over the whole of the territory. But it's not just the Russians conducting missile attacks. Also, yesterday, the Ukrainians mounted an attack on the Chonar Bridge, which is one of the links up from Crimea. The Russians claim that there were 12 missiles fired and they shot down 9 of them. Ukraine said there were 2 missiles fired and 1 got through. Regardless, the damage was pretty significant. And it's not just the damage to the bridge. If you look at the flames up there, that's because there was a gas pipeline beside it as well. Now, although it looks impressive, the harsh reality, this will be repaired relatively simple. Yes, it'll have to be closed while it does that, but it will be repaired pretty quickly. And it follows also the weekend 2 of the Black Sea Fleet, the Russian ships, were targeted by the Ukrainians, and all the Russians claimed that they weren't hit. The evidence suggested otherwise with listing aircraft. They were transporting fuel and resupplies to Crimea to support the military war effort.
Why do you think these tactics are being used?
Well, one of the key answers on the front line at the moment, the Russians are consuming logistics at a huge quantity. So ammunition, fuel, food, resources. Just by way of an example, the artillery, Russians are firing about 10,000 rounds every day. These rounds are 45 kilograms in weight each. That's 500,000 kilograms of resupply every single day. So you need quite a lot of convoys backwards and forwards to sustain that. There's 2 options of doing that. You either route it through the country, through Russian-occupied Ukraine up to the north over there. That's quite dangerous and long. The other way of doing it is via Crimea and up. If you're going to do Crimea and up, one way of doing it is via the sea, through Sevastopol. That's why the Ukrainians are targeting the Black Sea Fleet. The other way of doing it is via the Kerch Bridge, which is just near you over there. You'll notice that the Ukrainians targeted that, and although it's not been out of commission, the road bridge part of it is only operating at half strength. And if you now look at how they would flow those supplies up through the north of Ukraine, the eastern bridge is the Chonar Bridge. That's what Ukraine have just targeted. That forces the Russians to use the western bridge. And therefore, not only is it longer, but if you look up to the north, that road takes you within 20 kilometres of the Ukraine-occupied territory, which means that the resupply route now is in artillery range of the Ukrainians. All of this, it might look disconnected, but it's all deliberately designed to target the Russian logistical support for their operations in Ukraine.
So what does that mean for the war going forward, do you think, Sean?
Well, from a military perspective, it makes a lot of sense. The trouble is these things take time. You normally see the results in weeks, not days. It's quite difficult to see we're midsummer now. It's going to be autumn pretty soon. It's meant to be a spring offensive. They don't have the time available. The question I'd have is, why wasn't this done several weeks ago? It begs the question, but of course, I'm not involved in the war. It's just a commentary on it. But there's no doubt it will put pressure onto the Russian logistics supply chain. The challenge is, will it help a breakthrough anytime soon? We've not seen that yet. And frankly, Ukraine needs to get some sort of breakthrough, and soon.
OK, sure. Well, we appreciate your commentary. Thank you.